I think I see a square grouper.
Oh, shoot, I do see a square grouper.
It was the worst idea I've ever had.
I ain't got nothing to say about it.
This sail went 0 to 100 real quick. This engine's pretty much shot.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sailing GBU. This week, we are actually leaving. We're crossing the Mona Passage and we're heading to Puerto Rico. Getting out of the Dominican, it's been, I don't even know how long it's been, months. It's been months. All right, guys, we made it.
We are in the Dominican Republic. More than
Hurricane
months.
season, then months, and then now we're out of here.
We're getting out. The dinghy's up. The sail cover is off. And you know what that means. It's the Mona Passage time.
We had a little bit of a long day today, picking up groceries to provision. We heard that there isn't water in Puerto Rico from the earthquakes. We're not sure, but we stocked up on some water. And we had a little trouble with our despacho, as always. They forgot to stamp it when we first came in, so then we had to go back and we had to do this, we had to do that.
But none of that matters anymore because we're not living that DR life. We're going to be living that PR life soon. So let's tell you how we're going to get there.
We're going to show you a little more of our sail plan this time, and hopefully you can understand our sail a little bit better if everything goes to plan, which it won't. So let's show you our plan.
All right, guys, hopefully that wind isn't killing you, but I do hope it stays windy tonight and tomorrow so that we can cruise. We got an old heavy girl, so we need a little bit better than 7 knots to go any real speed. So this sail plan, simply, the weather window is coming out of the south, so we're going to ride those south as far as we can across the Mona. Then it's more or less supposed to die. Hopefully it doesn't, and then it's going to turn around and rage north. So for the first 20 hours we'll be south, and then we'll get like 10 hours or so of pretty ripping north. That's the plan. Hopefully it should take us about 34 hours to get there from here, and that's going to be that. We're leaving at night because of the way that this weather window is open up. We want to get to Puerto Rico in the daytime, and yeah, that's the deal.
Yeah, we're leaving at night. We're gonna try to use our flashlight, give you some updates throughout what's happening.
Yeah, it sucks. This is what kills you about the DR. They make you run around all day, basically getting your despacho. They don't let you, they make you come back and get it an hour before you leave. So let's say on a night like tonight, where we're wanting to do a night passage, basically they're saying stay up all day and then sail for 40 hours.
To be honest, I'm already feeling exhausted from running around all day.
Yeah, it's a disaster. Like, that's what they don't understand about sailing, is that, like, you're gonna kill 8 hours of my day. That means for whatever reason that you just want to make me do this, I'm not gonna get to sleep for the next 40 hours. So I really appreciate it. Hope it was convenient for you guys. I don't want to go on a rant, but yeah.
You just ranted, but whatever. All right, so that's our sail plan. We're gonna keep you updated as much as we can, and hopefully everything goes fine. And we're gonna cross that Mona Passage. We didn't read the infamous book, if you know what I'm talking about. We said we're not gonna look at that book, and we're gonna make our own plan and go by our own weather windows.
Yep, we're doing it the GBU way. Hopefully it works.
Let's go.
Alright guys, so since we did our despacho, they said you gotta leave or you gotta come back tomorrow and do your whole despacho process over again. So we said okay.
They said we had to leave at 6.
At 6. So we came up with this great idea. We're like, well, we didn't really want to leave till midnight, but we'll just leave at 6. We'll go to this little anchorage. The weather should be pretty good. So we banged it out like 25 miles southeast, went across the bay, a little bit east, and then now we're 25 miles closer. We made up 5 hours there, so 25 knots closer. So we made up 5 hours, so we decided we're gonna hit the hay, take like a 4-hour nap, get up as the sun is coming up tomorrow. The weather should still be conducive for good sailing all day tomorrow. Hopefully we get that elusive wahoo, and then tuna too. So we'll have a good day of sailing tomorrow, all day sailing. So I'll need my rest, and then we will probably get, the weather's calling for us to get becalmed tomorrow night and slap in the middle of the Mona. So we don't know, maybe that'll happen. If it does, maybe we'll motor, and then the wind's supposed to come back again in the morning. So if everything goes to plan, we'll be Puerto Ricans by Sunday morning.
We'll update you some more. Bear's doing fine. I think once we went in a not so calm anchorage, I think we're all doing better on the seasickness so far. Bear seemed okay.
Yeah, we ripped it. We were into some little waves at first. She didn't do her. She did meow pretty loud though. She meows a different funky, like scared meow. She goes, it's like, and I was like, what the f is going on in there?
All right, we need to go to bed. We're getting delirious. Good night, guys. Oh my God, where'd you get that energy?
Just trying to get the energy. Hey guys, good morning. As you can see, sun's coming up. I'm heading about 90 degrees due east right now. I have my sails balanced well. So we're both kind of able to just be up here. I'm learning that. Some English fella that I met in Samana, he said that
hit him with the big fella?
He did say hit him with the big fella, but I didn't really know what that meant. But he said that a sailboat can steer perfectly fine with just the sails. He said you don't really need a rudder. He said the rudder, how did he do it? The rudder is just about letting you go around the hard bits at the dock. Something like that. So he said you should be able to balance your sails with no autopilot and be able to at least kind of go on a heading. So I'm trying to work on that now. Either way, it's a beautiful morning. We'll be at about 1,000 feet here in another 45 minutes. And that's when the wahoo are going to start hitting. I'm doing the positive reinforcement thing that's going on now these days where you just keep talking about something.
You manifest it.
Yeah, I'm going to do the positive manifestation. So yeah, pretty light winds. 100 miles to go at least, 120 roughly. So we're motor sailing at the moment, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, you know what I'm manifesting?
What?
A whale flip over the back of the boat.
You're finna be manifesting some coffee. Alright boys and girls, so I'm about to share with you one of the best sounds in sailing. Now, as you can hear, no more big motor to worry about. Now, I've severely decreased in speed. I've lost a little bit of heading, but we're only 100 nautical miles right now away from Puerto Rico, so we're gonna sail it. I got enough diesel on here where I can motor a little bit if I need to, but for the rest of the day, we're gonna sail. So even if we only go 3 miles an hour the entire time, we'll still be there. Let's see, it'll be 10 o'clock in 24 hours. 6 more hours after that. We'll still be there Sunday afternoon. So we should be able to count on 3 miles an hour, hopefully. If not, I'll get a paddle out and start pushing us a little bit. But I'm going to get a little more sail up and then we'll see how shit goes.
Alright guys, so the wind's pretty calm right now, so we're going to focus on our fishing. Matt thinks he has a great redneck idea what he thinks is going to help us catch fish. And I'll let him explain that to you. I don't think it's going to work. I think it's probably a really random idea. And I ain't got nothing to say about it. But you tell them, what is it?
Alright, so I got this long string and I got this can of tuna in oil. I got tuna oil can here. So what I think I can do is make Swiss cheese out this sumbitch, get a bunch of holes in it, tie the string to it, and hang it off the back of the boat in my trolling line so I get like an oil slick going. And also little tidbits of tuna are falling out. So I think, and then the shininess of this flopping around back there, I think will make, I think it's gonna I think it's gonna help. I think we're gonna get a big bite going here because we're going so slow that we can't really troll. We're going like pretty much not moving at all right now.
If this works at all, I'll sail the rest of the way and you can just have a relaxing yacht travel.
Oh, it's gonna be like that, huh?
There's no way this is gonna work.
I see a piece of floating debris over here, so I'm trying to get over there toward that.
Debris?
Yeah, debris.
Debris?
I think I see a square grouper.
Oh, shoot, I do see a square grouper, guys. Hold on 1 second.
Looks like a floating propane tank.
A floating propane tank?
I'm calling it propane tank. What do you think it is?
A buoy. No, a gasoline tank. Maybe there's diesel in it. We could use some of that. We must be delirious already. It's just a buoy. I don't see any fish underneath it either.
All right, guys. Here's the tuna can. Ready to rip and ride. Sometimes as a captain, you got to eat the humble pie. So, a second ago, I was going 2 knots. Pretty much off course just to try to pick up some speed. And Kristen, aka Pocahontas, aka Sailor Girl 5000, took over the helm. And
It's Sailor Girl 5000. It's Kristen.R. Davis.
Kristen.R. Davis, you want to tell the boys and girls how fast you're going now?
Not that fast. I'm only going 3.5 knots to 4 almost.
Which is
but
almost,
I'm right on the right path.
which is
straight to
twice as fast as I was going, straight on the straight path.
Matt, I can't be beauty and brains every day of our lives, you know. It's time for you to start stepping it up.
Well, I got the tuna can popping, so we'll see how that shit goes.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
See, there's the tuna teaser right there. And it's stirring up the waves and the water. Probably giving us a little drag, but that's going to tease them up, and we're about to get that super strike.
Alright guys, it's around 2 now. The waves picked up a bit, the wind picked up a bit. We've just been cruising along, and we forgot to tell you guys that we're actually buddy boating for the first time.
Yeah, buddy boating is a thing where boaters link up and they say for whatever reasons they have, maybe they're just best friends, maybe they're doing something for the first time and they don't want to go alone, or they want someone in close proximity. But enough about that. We are buddy boating, and our buddy boater friend, he's a single-handed cruiser, Canadian guy, but it was the first crossing he was going to do single-handedly to cross the Mona. So he was like, you guys want to buddy boat with me? Wouldn't mind having somebody a little bit closer. He's way better at sailing than us and way faster. But I said, yeah, sure, we'll try to keep up. And we met him in Luperon. We did the North Coast crossing together and all that. But he had some help for that one. So we're buddy boating, yada, yada, yada. We're doing the whole thing. And then he just called me on the radio and said that he had to bleed his fuel line and he busted one of his bolts. So his engine's pretty much shot. Doesn't have a replacement bolt, doesn't have the tool to get it out. Changed our sail plan a little bit. He asked me, he said, what would you do? Should we go back? Should we keep going? And I said, well, I'm definitely going to keep going. I said, you should probably keep going too. Seems like the wind is favorable. Definitely going to be able to get there eventually, but it's just going to mean all sailing. We kind of had all planned to motor a little bit through the night as it lulls and make up some of this south. But now we're going to be just motoring, or just, excuse me, not motoring. We're going to just be sailing. So pretty much going to sail the entire Mona. No option to motor now because that's the buddy boat code. And we have to stick by the buddy boat code. Alright guys, as per your request, I'm trying to show more of the drama of sailing. So basically this giant squall just came through, slammed us. Our buddy disappeared into the abyss, our buddy boat. I got all my stuff tied down. It was hard though, it was rough. I had to run up, reef sails, do all that nonsense. Crazy though, a lot of work. Definitely not like a laid back time. But that tuna idea was the worst idea I've ever had. I got tuna like all over the floor and we've just been sliding back and forth.
The worst idea.
Worst idea.
And then we dropped our pickle jar and we've been stepping in shards of glass and slipping in tuna oil.
Yeah, like this sail went 0 to 100 real quick. There's another little bombing boy coming down over here, so yeah, I'm down, way down in sales. I probably just reduced my sales 40%. I'm still going 5 knots. Crazy, crazy stuff. Vagabundo, mic check, radio check. Vagabundo, radio check.
The next morning, we basically only had a little bit of a storm around 4 a.m. and then the wind completely died, and then we motored a little bit, but now we're back sailing. We have a little over 10 miles left.
22 miles.
22 miles, I lied. We have 22 miles left. We're almost there. Nothing too tragic happened. We are worried about our buddy boater, Sebastian. We never saw him. He kind of whipped away at that moment when he found out his motor broke, flew by us, so who knows, when the wind died, maybe he had to bob out there, maybe he sailed right through, we don't know. So we're gonna see if he's at the anchorage when we get there, and if he's not, hopefully he gets there sometime today, else I'm gonna be shaken up about it, and buddy boating has gone wrong.
I'm sure he's fine. He's a pretty good little sailor, pretty tough guy. His little boat flies. He's got like a little 30-foot S2. So even on a light wind, on a puff, that boat will get up and go. So he was sailing away. I think he's probably doing fine. But yeah, if I don't see him or hear from him in a couple days, I might tell the coasties to go have a look at him. But as far as our trip's going, we got 22 more miles to go. Well, 21.9. And
we got our line back out.
Got our fishing line back out. Man, we just can't catch no fish. We suck. We're the only boat, I think, that ever went across the Mona Passage and didn't catch a fish. But yeah, we're clipping along. 4.5, 5 knots, 3.5, 4 knots. All different knots. But we should be there before the sun sets for sure. Alright guys, so we're pulling into the anchorage now. We're all exhausted, long night, but we see our buddy boater. He smoked us here again, no surprise. He got in here and he's safe, so that's good. We're happy about that.
We crossed the Mona Passage and we made it to Puerto Rico.
Back in Puerto Rico, you know it's sailing good, bad, and ugly style. I had to pop my $4 bottle of that JP Chanay Champizzle that I got from the DR. So time to celebrate.
All right, obviously that sprayed all over our faces and it didn't work out as to plan.
Yep.
But it was funny. And our camera's not ruined, hopefully.
And we still got a little bit of JP Chanay left. It's imported from France, so that's that good shit. But yeah, trip was awesome.
We made it. It was exhausting. That was probably the worst part, us being tired. We both don't do well with no sleep.
We're crankies. We're big cranky boys.
We just get cranky. We yell at each other a little bit, and it's just because we're tired. But we must have picked a good weather window because the Mona Passage we heard could be pretty wavy, kind of crazy, and it wasn't that bad. We only had that one storm, The only bad part is we didn't catch any fish. And listen to this, guys. So when we got back to our boat, we're wheeling, or not back to our boat, when we got to finally coming up to the anchorage, you know, you pull your line in so you don't catch barracudas or whatnot in the shallow. And when we pulled it in, guess what? There's bite marks all in our cedar plug. There's even teeth. Here, see if it will focus on it. There's even teeth in it, and who knows, like, why didn't it get hooked? How did something keep biting it and not get hooked? Like, maybe this pulled out all the way and it's like, it was biting it like this. I don't know. How is that possible? Maybe, someone tell us how that's possible.
Yeah, maybe the drag wasn't set 100% properly. We were going kind of slow. This trip, we were probably only going 4 knots when it hit. I don't know, but it broke the teeth off, so
yeah,
I'm pretty mad.
Poor fish out there is running around, no teeth. We never got to eat him.
That looks like wahoo teeth to me.
We don't know, but it was worth a try. Well, thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it. We can't wait to see what's going to happen in Puerto Rico. And make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. And don't forget to comment. Bye.
Don't forget to comment. Bye.